everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Esli. Today I'm going to be doing another pregnancy update. This is going to be from weeks 21. I think I left off at 20. 21 through 24. Today I'm actually 25 weeks pregnant, but we're going to cover those weeks that have already passed. I'm so happy to be doing this update. If you've seen the last couple, you know that it's been kind of a hard road to get here, and getting to 24 weeks was just like a huge milestone for me. 24 weeks marked viability, so that meant my baby girl has a chance now, you know, in case she does decide to come early. But if I'm a little distracted, my husband is here, my little sister's here, everybody's around me today, so you're gonna be hearing some noises in the background and things, but don't mind them. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and just start kind of with the bigger things that had happened, and then just mention a few. I was kind of trying to follow the format that I had done in my very first pregnancy update, where I mentioned I was gonna do like updates and, you know, like purchases, physical changes, cravings, things like that. Now that I feel like things feel a little bit more settled, like things feel more normal, whereas my last update was definitely, you know, I was not in a settled kind of place. You know, I had just had the surgery and it, you know, it was rough. But I did have unfortunately another emergency room visit in the last 4 weeks, right around, I think I wrote down 22 weeks. So this is gonna sound like TMI, so I'm sorry if someone's like sensitive to like weird things, but I just, you know, talking about like pregnancy experiences. Around 22 weeks, or actually around probably late 21 weeks, I started having some discharge. It was just basically like clear liquid, and I had called my OB's office. Like, it was after hours. You just saw a little peek of Luz there. Oh, it's okay. I had called my OB's office, and they said it was something that I'm supposed to watch out for because of the cerclage. It's something that in most pregnancies it would be considered normal, but because I have the stitch in my cervix, there is a chance and also I've mentioned to y'all before, my like the amniotic sac is funneling into my cervix, so my bag could break basically. And they have me, you know, checking for fluid. If they think anything is abnormal, I'm supposed to go in to the emergency room. So I had called, I mentioned to them what I had seen, you know, and they said it's probably normal. You know, it's normal around this time of pregnancy. Just keep an eye on it. If it gets worse, then give us another call back and we'll, you know, kind of go from there. A few days passed and it did get worse. So I called them again and they said, you know what, just to be safe, like rather be safe than sorry, go into the emergency room. So we did go at 22 weeks. I think I was like 22 and a half weeks pregnant at that time. Sorry, it's making so much noise. They, you know, they checked me to see if I was leaking any fluid from, you know, my bag, and luckily, thank God, no, everything was fine. They said apparently it's just normal, but there were no issues. There was, you know, aside from obviously like the anxiety, the stress of like having to go through that and having to go into the emergency room, I'm glad that happened at 22 weeks, because right now, like, the whole virus situation has gotten so bad, so bad in our area, that like they're saying the hospitals are full basically. Now I know labor and delivery is, you know, separate from those things, but it's just so scary. Like, I'm really hoping like we don't have another emergency trip right now, because it's just, I don't know how well I could handle that. But, you know, it's just like a huge sigh of relief. We were there. It was a pretty quick visit, in and out. And they said, you know, baby's looking good. Everything's looking great. There doesn't seem to be any issues, you know, with the stitch holding or anything like that. There is no pressure, like extra pressure on the stitch. So I walked out of there like feeling like super relieved, and like, you know, just better than I had felt even before. Like before the whole discharge thing had happened. So it just made me feel more secure. I think the last, you know, like 22, 23, it was just like such a, like, I just want to make it to 24. I just want to make it to 24. That was like weighing on my mind so much that like everything, I just like, you know, everything was so scary, whereas now I feel so much more calm. Like I feel like I can finally like feel a little happier or something. It's just it's been such a big difference. We did have like kind of a big checkup right before, it was the day before I hit 24 weeks. They did an echo on baby girl, so I got to see her, like the 3D sonogram. I'll pop in a picture here. If you follow me on Instagram, I'll link my Instagram here also. You guys already know, you saw that picture. It's so beautiful. As soon as like that image popped up on the screen, like I just started bawling. Like I was just laying there crying, because her little nose, like to me her little nose looks exactly like Luis's nose. And I mean, obviously I know it's kind of early to tell, but oh my goodness gracious, I honestly think she's just gonna be like a tiny little clone of Luis. Like her like little features just look like Luis to me, but I don't know, we'll see. But they did check on her heart. That was the main reason they were doing that test. They checked on her heart. Everything that they were able to see, thank God, is perfect. They said everything looks great. Baby's doing really, really great. Like if it weren't for the issue with my cervix, this pregnancy would be going, you know, flawlessly basically. But they weren't able to check everything because she was not moving. Like she refused to change positions, and they needed her to flip in order to see another part of her heart, but she refused. They had me like walk around. They like would make me like swap from one side, lay on the other side, lay on the other side. They were like pushing on my belly, like trying to get her to move, and she'd kind of wiggle and you know, she'd be like, all right, well this is nice, like, and she just wouldn't move, which is surprising to me because that has been one of the biggest changes in the last like 2 weeks. I feel her so much now. Like it's just jabs and kicks and jabs and kicks all day long, all night long sometimes. I mean, obviously she takes breaks here and there, but it just feels like it's constant. Like every, you know, like every hour I'm feeling her, like every other hour I'm feeling her. It's just, she's moving a lot, which is so, the fact that she didn't want to move like during that appointment just cracked me up, because I'm like, of course you don't want to move like when they're telling you to move, but all day long and all night long you're keeping me awake. Because you won't stop moving. And she likes to like block her face. So it happened in the previous ultrasound, and then in this one, the echo, you can see her little hand is like up by her face. Like she kind of keeps blocking her like face so that they can't get very good pictures of her. It's all right, you know, as long as she's in there and doing well and growing and happy, like that's all I can ask for. As far as physical changes, y'all, the biggest thing, and it's something I talked about, I think I've already mentioned this, and it's also something I talked about in that, I'll link it up above, that like baby box unboxing that I did. I received like a face oil. My face, like I know that y'all can't tell, there's a lot of bright light on me right now, and then the exposure on the camera is up so that, you know, my face looks a little better, but my face is so dry. I don't have like pimples, but it's just like bumps. Like they're just like tiny little bumps, like all, like the whole surface of my face has changed. And I have been putting on that oil plus my normal like skincare routine, and I've bought more things to, you know, try to like hydrate my face, and my face is just dry. Like I can't get enough moisture in my skin. If y'all have like a recommendation for, you know, like the most moisturizing thing you have ever found, if you have had issues with very dry skin, sorry, my hair is like getting all tangled, then please let me know, because I feel like I could just straight up dip my face like in oil for like an hour and it wouldn't make a difference. Like my face would just absorb all of it, because it's just so incredibly dry. That's not something I've always had dry skin. I've never been really an oily skin person. I do have, you know, like oily skin tone, like combination, or oily T-zone, like combination type of skin tone, but now it just feels like I'm just like dry. And like not just my face, my hands, I keep having to moisturize, like my feet, like my legs, like everything just feels like you know, when you're straight out of the shower and you like feel that tightness in your skin and you like know you have to moisturize, like that's how my skin feels all of the time. Like if I'm not constantly applying moisturizer, it is the weirdest thing. But you know, hopefully that goes away once she's here. If not, you know, I'll just be moisturizing for very much for the rest of my life, I guess. Other physical changes, my nails are growing faster than they've ever grown and like harder. I've always had very like flexible nails. They're just very thin, which is why you always see me with like those press-ons and things. I don't have them on. I don't have any nails on right now. My nails like need to be done very badly, but I've had to file them down and cut them down. Like every week I feel like I'm like cutting them down because they get to where they're like uncomfortably long for me, which has never been an issue before. My hair, I mean, y'all know I have super long hair. I wish I could go get a haircut, but obviously aside from being on mostly bed rest, you know, not going anywhere right now with everything happening, but I feel like my hair has, maybe it's just in my head, but I feel like it's grown like a solid 3 to 4 inches since my pregnancy started. Like I look at the pictures of our wedding, which is obviously like right when I was just like a week pregnant. I just found out. Or even like pictures of me during Christmas, and I feel like, of course my hair is long. My hair has been long for a long time, but not like, it's just, I feel like everything's just growing so fast. It's kind of crazy. And then the only other thing is that I wrote down is just my belly. Like I think I mentioned in the first update, or I'm not sure when, but I'd mentioned that it was kind of hard because I could see like a change in my body, but I couldn't really see like a pregnant belly. You know, I could see my belly being overweight. Like I mentioned, it's hard, like because it wasn't like a defined like bump like right away. You know, it was just like I could see it, but it just felt like, you know, you had a big burger for dinner. Whereas now I feel, I will pop in the picture I took today. I just posted on my Instagram about an hour ago, where you can actually see, like, now I feel like I see a bump. I'm laying down, you know, if I'm like laying on my back, I can see like my belly sticking up. Like it's not just like, you know, going to my sides or whatever. So it's so much fun. Like it's just fun to see. I like can just be staring at my belly and see her kicking. Like I can just see on my belly, like see her kicks and jabs. My mom felt the baby for the first time, my sister, and of course Luis has felt her a whole bunch of times, but that's been really fun. Like it's fun to, you know, for them to be able to experience what I'm feeling. I think I mentioned also my parents, my mom and my sister have been staying here with me for quite some time. I am on modified bed rest, if you don't know, which means I'm mostly in bed all day long. I do get up to go to the restroom. I get up to walk around a little bit. I can sit for a little bit. This is actually a chair that my parents brought that's like a recliner, so I can get out of the bed and sit in this recliner for a while. But as far as making meals and just keeping the house in order, my mom's been taking care of absolutely everything. It's just amazing. It's so nice to have her here. I can't even tell y'all like what a big blessing that is. And it's been fun too, because when Luis is at work, I'm not alone. I have my sister here, I have my mom here, we can play games. You know, it's just like a way to stay entertained, because I feel like if I was just in bed here by myself, I can't imagine like how much more difficult that would feel, just like mentally. So I'm glad to have them here. And then let's get into a little bit of like more fun things. I have the weirdest craving right now. Weirdest thing. All I want to eat. Y'all are gonna think it's so weird. Oh, sorry about that. Odin's, I don't know, barking at the wind. But the weirdest craving. All I want is ketchup. Ketchup, y'all. Like, I feel, and this is disgusting, and I haven't actually done it, but I wouldn't even put it past me at this point. I want to grab like the bottle of ketchup and just like straight up squirt it into my face. Like, my sister's here and she's like, bleh. I know, that's so gross. And I've always liked ketchup, you know, I eat ketchup on like a burger with french fries, whatever it may be, but And not that I've been putting it like on weird food, it's just that I keep wanting food that I can put ketchup on just so that I can have the ketchup. Not because I want, you know what I mean? Like I don't care about the food. Like it's just like I really just want an excuse to put ketchup on my food. Also been craving eggs. I eat eggs every single morning pretty much. I don't put ketchup on my eggs. I know a lot of people eat their eggs with ketchup. Do y'all do that? I know there's like a lot of people that do that. I don't, like that doesn't sound good to me, but if I could just have the ketchup, I would. I haven't done it yet. Like I said, I've just been trying to find foods that I can put ketchup on, but that's really all I want. Like my mouth waters. It's so ridiculous. Like it's so gross. Cause I mean, I don't know. I just don't think of ketchup as something you eat like by itself. And I don't know. It's just really weird, but I know that's what it's supposed to be. I mean, some of these things I guess are just weird, but yeah, I've been really wanting ketchup. But that's really it. I haven't had very many aversions to say. I feel like there's some days where I feel really queasy, like almost like first trimester queasy, but I think it's just, you know, as baby girl's growing, things are getting pushed up and I'm starting to feel like I get full faster. And like sometimes it's just like it just feels uncomfortable, like it's just like more pressure on my belly. So I know that's just part of baby girl growing, and I'm so happy, so happy that she's growing, that honestly, like it doesn't, you know, it is like those things, it is what it is. I just feel so blessed, y'all. But I'll talk a little bit more about, you know, reaching 24 weeks. The only other thing I wanted to mention was as far as like purchases. I know that's something I wanted to talk about. We have gotten so much stuff. I made a baby registry, as I had mentioned to y'all, that I was like trying to figure out what to put on it. I still feel like I'm like missing things, of course, but I've watched a lot of like newborn essential videos and like, you know, things like that. So I feel like we're pretty well prepared. We're not having a baby shower, so we've just been buying everything ourselves, just kind of slowly, like literally Amazon packages every single day, like arrive at our doorstep, like every single day. Most of the time it's stuff for baby girl. It's just, you know, we're getting there, but we have her little crib, her little like bassinet set up in our bedroom. I bought a changing table. I wasn't originally gonna buy a changing table. I was just gonna put, you know, like a changing pad on top of our dresser. But just with how we had to like rearrange things in the room, it just made sense for her to have like her own like dresser changing table. And I was able to get one on Craigslist for $35. I was really proud of myself for that score. We've been trying to look like for some things that, you know, are used. There's things like obviously I don't want to buy used because I feel like I can't clean them properly enough, you know, for them, like for me to feel comfortable using them on her, especially right now because of the virus. Like otherwise I feel like I wouldn't be as picky. But we bought like the base of the stroller. Since we didn't want to buy a full-on stroller yet, we bought the base of like where you can just kind of click the car seat onto it. We bought that used also for 30 bucks. Also found on Craigslist. So like things like that, and I feel like really proud because that's a good like $200+ that we saved on just finding, you know, a couple of things secondhand. But everything else, like I said, we're just kind of acquiring slowly. But it like fills my room with so much joy to like see her things there. Like I feel like it's becoming more and more real. Like I see the bassinet and I keep thinking like, I'm gonna be laying my daughter in there, you know, like I'm gonna be putting her to sleep there. I don't know, yeah, it just makes me so happy. Like I'm so ready to have her here because I'm so ready to not be pregnant and not have to be stuck in bed anymore. But at the same time, I'm like, you better stay in there, girl. Like stay in there as long as possible because I don't, you know, we're obviously just worried. So I just wanted to kind of wrap up with that, the 24-week thing. I cannot tell y'all enough like what a shift it has been like in my mind, to go from like just feeling like I just felt pressure, like actual brain pressure, to now feeling like, okay, obviously I don't want her here yet. I want her to stay in here as long as possible and grow, and you know, I know her lungs still need to develop more and there's a lot more still going on in there, but My doctor, right at my visit right before the 24 weeks, you know, she said, I've delivered a 23-week-old baby before that's made it. So right at the 24 mark, you know, you reach a point where there's a really good chance that your baby would make it. And I can't, there's no words to put like to how much peace that brought me. So we're continuing to, you know, hope. Next goal, of course, is to reach 28 weeks, and we just kind of go from there. The doctor we don't like, y'all know which one I'm talking about if you saw that update, the mean doctor. He's like my specialist because I'm considered high risk. I go to my regular OB and then, you know, him, the specialist. And he says with my cervix, oh, I didn't mention that with my last visit, when baby girl, they were checking her heart and all of that, my cervix actually shortened a little bit. So now we're down, we had gotten up to 1.4 centimeters and now we're down to 1 centimeter. But that's okay, you know, it's still in there. He said that he expects that I won't make it past 31 weeks. You know, he's not the most optimistic person, but at the same time, I appreciate if he's being honest and being, you know, setting the right expectation. So I'm trying to do everything I can to be prepared for that, to just get everything prepared now, like packing our hospital bag, like just trying to get everything prepared, because he doesn't think I'll make it past 31 weeks. Now, obviously we're hoping and praying for a different outcome. My true hope is that I can make it at least to 36 weeks. 36 weeks is when I would have my stitch removed. And regardless, if for some reason I make it all the way through, regardless, I would be induced at 38 weeks, my doctor said. But she thinks more than likely, like right when they take my stitch out, that I would go straight to the hospital afterwards. But we don't know. Obviously, you know, we're trusting God. It's in God's hands, and praying for the best outcome. But we are trying to just be mentally prepared to have her here around 31 weeks. So we don't have very much longer to go. That's like, what, 6 weeks? Wow. So hopefully there'll be another update. But that is it for this, y'all. I just wanted to keep y'all updated. I feel like I feel sad because I feel like I haven't uploaded much on this channel, and I feel like I miss talking to y'all and miss interacting with y'all and just being more active, like just the act of filming videos and filming plan with me's and all of that. Like, it's sad for me not to be able to do that, but at the same time, like, I can't, you know, I can't take that risk right now. I have to prioritize baby girl. So hopefully once everything is, you know, settled and baby girl's here with us and things are good, all of that can go back to normal. But for now, keep up with me on Instagram at inkeandthebrain. You can follow me there if you want to see personal updates, baby updates, all of that good stuff. And let me know if you have, please, any moisturizer recommendation, because my skin is awful. Like, it's literally peeling no matter what I do. But thank you so much for keeping up with me. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much to all of you that are praying for us, thinking of us. I believe we've made it this far. I'm gonna cry. I believe we've made it this far because of everyone's prayers, and I'm so grateful. And let's just, you know, keep hoping we can make it longer and longer. So anyway, that is gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye, everyone.